Hi everyone, so today what we're going to be doing is looking at two things. Just before I jump into these two things, I want to bring your attention to this. So recently Sonic announced this, that they've changed Season 1 Airdrop. So if the minimum now is 5S, originally this was set to 200S, which I disagreed 100% with. So if you have a minimum amount of S, go check it out yourself. You could have some S tokens there from the airdrop, and if you had any of these Sonic shards, again, you're going to get up to 70, I think, for one of these per wallet. So check that out first. So what we want to do in today's video is I want to go over the borrow and lending approach, and also the approach in the positions when the liquidity is out of position. The reason I wanted to discuss this is because my recent LP is out of position now, and I want you to show you pretty much what I do in general, and going forward what I'd like to be doing, and maybe changing this approach a little bit more. Just before we jump into that, check out my website. I cover a lot of different stuff now on crypto yield farming. I'm starting to try and focus this a lot more, and again, you can download a free validator pool checker. This will allow you to kind of validate how good a pool is to get into. We have blogs. Become a member if you want to join. Click the link there. It'll bring you into this. I'm slowly starting to build this out as well. As you can see, these are my headings for different content that I want to produce here. And again, what we have is a lot of blog information and articles written on the videos that I've done, and also calculator interest rates, things like that. So a lot of useful information in it. What we're going to do is we're going to jump on over here to Aave, and if you're not familiar, I say most people are familiar with this. This is one of the go-to platforms for borrowing and lending. What we're going to do here is just on this wallet I have connected, you're going to see currently have a borrow amount or lend 40S tokens and borrowed USDC. This is just in a different video. I think I was showing you how to use it, but the key thing here is to don't ever just stick yourself into one chain. So what you want to do here is, for an example here, if we have 2.6% for borrow or for supplying ETH, and if we want to borrow, you can see the borrow rates here. So again, USDC at the moment is 7.03, so it's a little bit high in comparison, I suppose, but at the end of the day, if you can earn much more than the 7%, it's well worth it. So again, borrowing and lending are key tools, I think, to building up a DeFi portfolio passive income stream. And I say passive income regularly in all these videos, but it's not 100% obviously passive income. The key here is we want to get our capital working for us at all times. You can see obviously most people in this stage probably hold some sort of Bitcoin. You can see here you can supply Bitcoin into this, and then obviously with that you can borrow it. The key thing is you're not selling your own crypto assets. So with that in mind, what I want to do is I'm going to show you the Ethereum chart at the moment. You can see literally now we're just gone out of range again here, and if I bring up my other screen, this is the position I'm in, and you can see here wrapped ETH USDC on the base chain, just gone out of range again. Obviously are no daily rewards, because obviously what it is. Now I've put in 2,500 into this position. You can see technically I'm down 50 euros now after being in this position for the last, I want to say, a week, give or take, farming it. Now, the key thing here to remember is if I close up this position right now, I've lost it on 50 euros. Do I think Ethereum is going to stay down like this? No, I don't think so. I think overall the market has had a little bit of a sell-off over the last couple of hours more so, and we will bottom out somewhere and continue kind of going back up into this range. I think that's just one thing I think just to pay attention to. Again, we can go the opposite way. We can nuke right down, and we'll be all scrambling around then anyway. But the key thing here to remember is our ranges. Now, what did I learn from this original position? I think the range is decent range. I was kind of a mixture between getting the APR and obviously being in a range that I think can be relatively stay active for a period of time. And again, this is borrowed capital, so I borrowed $2,500, and my aim here is to have it working for me. Now obviously we need to stay in range. In range is going to be key here for us going forward. So I've borrowed it. Now if I was doing this from now on, and what I would look at doing is potentially changing my overall approach to it. So if I just quickly bring up some of these markers, and where is it? This one, Alton today. So what I want to do here is I want to set different ranges. So let's assume my blue ranges are my core range, but what I should have done here is I should be setting up ranges like that, and another one there, another one there, and then potentially another one there. So you can see already that in each of these ranges, between the green ones, I should have had it that this is a range I'm in with a percentage of my capital. This is a range I'm in with a percentage of my capital. And then this is the range I'm in, again, with a percentage of my capital. So I am covering from 3,500 up to 4,031. However, what happens here is you have a percentage of your capital working in each area. So if the price, my upper range and my outer range are my key areas, what I want to do then is break down my amounts into each of these ranges. I think this is something that I will definitely look at doing. I think it could add a lot of value. However, the only problems I see with this is if you have a small budget, you may end up getting absolutely crucified, I suppose, in terms of going in and out of ranges, and you could potentially lock in bigger losses. Now, that's something just to keep in mind, because you're not 100% sure where to put most of your capital. Even if you split this evenly between 3 or 4 different ranges, you just have to be aware of that if you're in this range here, it's going to be earning a small amount for you. And again, if we decided we get into this range, it's a different amount. And again, up here is another different amount. But you can see we could load it up in the middle range here if we're wanting to, with the majority of it, and then 25% to top and the bottom. So at least then we're capturing as much as we can, and we're capturing as much fees as we can. So that's something that I will definitely be looking at in future. So that's pretty much it. Again, I want to see this going back into range. Obviously, I have rewards that I can claim straight away. This €50 or $50 now can go towards paying down on the loan that I would have had. So again, what I would do is claim the 50 because I'm over here on base and I borrowed USDC. I would just claim the 50 or pay the 50 back, and that's it. I'm on to the next thing. And you just keep doing that for a while to allow you to build up your position. But the key thing here is I was getting my core assets, which was Ethereum in this case. I have it working for me without necessarily having to sell it. So again, upward the market goes, I still capture the gains in Ethereum as the price goes up. And obviously I'm farming as much as I can with the LP position and repaying the loan back. So look, that's pretty much it. Hopefully it helps you. Again, make sure you check out my website. I have links, will be all left below in the description, and I cover a lot of crypto stuff, and as I said, focusing more into this now over the coming weeks and months, and trying to build out something that's going to make an impact for people, especially if you're new to crypto. So thanks very much for watching, and I hope everyone has a great day.